Hi all, today we are going to discuss about capital structure. So let us start with the meaning and concept. See the meaning of the capital structure. Capital structure refers to combination of various long-term sources of funds in total capitalization of the firm. See, the term structure means the arrangement of the various parts. So capital structure means the arrangement of capital from different sources so that the long-term funds needed for the business are raised. Thus, capital structure refers to the proportion or combination of equity share capital, preference share capital, debentures, long-term loans, retained earnings, and other long-term sources of funds in the total amount of capital which a firm should raise to run its business. See, here are few definitions of capital structure. Capital structure of a company refers to the composition or makeup of its capitalization, and it includes all long-term capital resources, that is loans, shares, reserves, and bonds. Another definition says that the capital structure is the proportion of debt, preference, and equity share on a firm's balance sheet. See, the capital structure should not be confused with financial structure and asset structure. While financial structure consists of short-term debts, long-term debts, and shareholder funds, that is, the entire left-hand side of the company's balance sheet. But capital structure consists of only long-term debts and shareholders' funds. I'm repeating again. Capital structure consists of long-term debts and shareholders' funds. So it may be concluded that the capital structure of a firm is a part of its financial structure. Capital structure of a firm is a part of its financial structure. There are no difference between the two terms, capital structure and financial structure. Capital structure is different from financial structure. Capital structure is part of financial structure. So your capital structure refers to the proportion of long-term debts and equity in the total capital of a company. On the other hand, financial structure refers to the net worth or owner's equity and all liabilities. All liabilities include both long-term as well as short-term. That means financial structure includes long-term as well as short-term, whereas capital structure is limited to long-term. We will not discuss about asset structure because we are not going to talk about any asset here. We'll move and let's check it out. Which are the long-term sources of funds? See here, the long-term sources of funds are equity share capital, preference share capital, debentures, long-term borrowings, and retained earnings. See, equity share capital, you people know it very well. Equity shares are nothing but the shares which are issued by the company for formation of capital. Equity shareholders are called the owners of the company because they equally take part in profit as well as losses of the company. You can say that it is one of the major sources of capital in all the companies. The next is your preference share capital, then debentures, long-term borrowings, and retained earnings. The next, quickly we'll look into the patterns of capital structure. That means capital structure can be only with equity shares. Capital structure may consist of both equity and preference shares. Capital structure may have equity shares and debentures. Capital structure with equity share, preference share, and debentures. It means that capital structure can be of any form. It can be either only equity shares, it can be both equity and preference shares, it can be only equity shares and debentures, it can be all the three: equity share, preference share, and debentures. This is about the patterns of capital structure in the company, the different patterns. It's nothing but sources from where the company can raise the funds. Okay. The next is, we can see a quick example of capital structure wherein we have all the three sources. That means wherein the company have raised funds from all the three sources. For example, now if the company has total of 10 lakh as capital from long-term funds, we can say they have raised, here they have given us a breakup. That means they have raised 8 lakh funds by issuing equity share capital, 1 lakh by issuing debentures, 1 lakh by issuing preference share capital. Now here the total funds are 10 lakh. Now our capital structure comprises of all the three sources. Now the three sources are equity share capital, debentures, as well as preference share capital. So the total funds are 10 lakhs. This is an example of capital structure. Now the next is your importance of capital structure. Why it is important for a company to maintain a proper capital structure, that we are going to learn here. Now the first point here is it increases in the value of the firm. It increases the value of the firm. See here, a sound capital structure of a company helps to increase the market price of shares and securities, which in turn leads to increase in the value of the firm. I'm repeating it. See, a sound capital structure of a company helps to increase the market price of shares and securities, which in turn leads to increase in the value of the firm. This is about how the company can increase the value by having a proper capital structure, the sound capital structure. So it is left to the company, how are they going to balance their profit? If they're having a proper sound capital structure, it will help the companies to maintain the profit, to maintain the retained earnings, and to manage their business in a more effective way so that the value of the firm increases. Now the second is your utilization of available funds. How a company can utilize the funds? See, a good capital structure enables a business enterprise to utilize the available funds fully. A properly designed capital structure ensures the determination of the financial requirements of the firm and raise the funds in such proportions from various sources for their best possible utilization. I'm repeating, a properly designed capital structure ensures the determination of the financial requirements of the firm and raise the funds in such proportion from various sources for their best possible utilization. A sound capital structure protects the business enterprise from overcapitalization and undercapitalization. Overcapitalization is also a threat. Undercapitalization is also a threat to a company. So it is very important for a company to maintain a sound capital structure. This is another important factor. The next comes your maximization of returns. See, a sound capital structure enables management to increase the profit of a company in the form of higher return to the equity shareholders. To the equity shareholders. See, if a company have maintained and designed a proper capital structure, they will be able to give more profit to the equity shareholders. That is earning per share. See, if they're having less equity shareholders, they can give more profit. If they're having more equity shareholders, they might have to give more profit. That means more portion of the profit they have to distribute to the equity shareholders. See here, once again, I'm repeating it. A sound capital structure enables management to increase the profit of a company in the form of higher returns to the equity shareholders, that is increase in earnings per share. This can be done by the mechanism of trading on equity. That is, it refers to increase in the proportion of debt capital in the capital structure, which is the cheapest source of capital. That means, see, if you are raising the funds by issuing debentures and also by issuing equity shares, see here you are leveraging. What happens? You need not give a share of your profit to the debenture holders. A company have to pay a fixed percentage of interest to the debenture holders for the amount what they have raised from the debenture holders. When they're giving the fixed amount to them, whatever the profit left out after paying the interest belongs to the company, out of which a part of the profit they will be giving it to the equity shareholders. In this way, they can pay more to the equity shareholders. The number of equity shareholders, if it is less, the profit earned will be more. So it is very important that a capital structure to be designed in such a way that it is earning more returns to the shareholders. Next is your minimization of cost of capital. See, a sound capital structure of any business enterprise maximizes shareholders' wealth through minimization of the overall cost of capital. This can also be done by incorporating long-term debt capital in the capital structure, as the cost of debt capital is lower than the cost of equity or preference share capital, since the interest on debt is tax deductible. Interest on debt is tax deductible. Okay. Then the next comes your solvency or liquidity position. A sound capital structure never allows a business enterprise to go far too much raising of debt capital, because at the time of poor earning, the solvency is disturbed for compulsory payment of interest to the debt supplier. Now, for example, if a company have raised the complete funds from the debenture holders, they'll have to pay cost of, that means interest to the debenture holders at any cost, whatever the fixed percentage of debenture interest decided. Whether the company is earning profit or loss, the company have to pay the fixed percentage. So here, if a company is having a proper capital structure, if the company have decided it in between equity shareholders, preference shareholders and debentures, they may reduce the cost of capital, and solvency and liquidity position of the company will be better. The next is your flexibility. A sound capital structure provides a room for expansion or reduction of debt capital so that, according to changing condition, adjustment of capital can be made. That means capital structure allows to make the changes When it allows to make the changes, it is flexible enough. Next is your undisturbed controlling. A good capital structure does not allow the equity shareholders control on business to be diluted. Next is your minimization of financial risk. If debt components increases in the capital structure of the company, the financial risk, that is payment of fixed interest charges and repayment of principal amount of debt in time, will also increase. A sound capital structure protects a business enterprise from such financial risk through a judicious mix of debt and equity in the capital structure. So this is all about why capital structure is important in the business. The next, we have discussed about all this financial risk, capital structure, long-term sources of funds. Thank you.